We like to believe that science has no limits. That if something exists on Earth, it can be studied, measured, and understood. Satellites orbit the planet, deep-sea submersibles reach the ocean floor, and technology allows us to explore environments that would otherwise be lethal. And yet, despite all of this progress, there are places on Earth that remain completely unexplored. Not because we can't reach them, but because we are not allowed to.
And that's the part that feels uncomfortable. These aren't places that are simply dangerous or remote. They're actively restricted, guarded, protected, sometimes by governments, sometimes by international law, and sometimes by moral boundaries we've decided not to cross.
These locations are often referred to as forbidden zones. Areas where scientific research is limited, tightly controlled, or entirely prohibited. The reasons vary: ethics, preservation, national security. But the result is always the same. There are parts of our planet that remain hidden, not due to lack of curiosity, but because access has been denied.
And before we go any further, if topics like hidden places, scientific mysteries, and the limits of human knowledge interest you, take a second to like the video. It helps this kind of content reach more people who enjoy deep dives like this.
Today we're exploring 5 forbidden zones on Earth. 5 places where even the world's top scientists are banned from investigating freely. And as we go through them, one thing becomes clear. These zones are not just about danger. They are about control. In the Bay of Bengal, off the coast of India, lies a small island covered in dense forest. From above, it appears untouched. No roads, no buildings, no signs of modern civilization. This is North Sentinel Island, home to one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth.
The Sentinelese people have lived in isolation for tens of thousands of years. They hunt, fish, and live according to traditions that existed long before the modern world. And they have made their position very clear.
The Indian government enforces a strict exclusion zone around the island. Boats are prohibited from approaching. Aircraft must keep their distance. Scientists are banned entirely. This restriction exists not to hide secrets but to protect the tribe.
Because even the smallest interaction could be catastrophic. The Sentinelese have no immunity to common diseases. A single virus could wipe out the entire population.
From a scientific perspective, North Sentinel Island could offer extraordinary insights into early human society. Language development, social organization, human migration. But studying it would require interference. And interference would almost certainly cause irreversible harm.
So here's the ethical dilemma. The knowledge is there. The curiosity is there. But the cost is too high.
North Sentinel Island remains forbidden because science, in this case, chose restraint. A rare example where not knowing is considered the more responsible option.
And I'm genuinely curious what you think. Should science ever be stopped for ethical reasons like this? Let me know in the comments.
Beneath the hills of southwestern France lies one of the most important artistic discoveries in human history. The Lascaux Caves. Inside are paintings created over 17,000 years ago, depicting animals, movement, and symbolic thought with astonishing detail.
When the Lascaux Caves were discovered, scientists and historians rushed in. And so did the public. Thousands of people entered the caves, breathing, touching, observing.
But human presence changed the environment. Carbon dioxide levels rose. Microorganisms were introduced. Mold began to grow. Slowly, the paintings started to deteriorate.
That's when scientists realized something terrifying. The act of studying the caves was destroying them.
Today, the original Lascaux Caves are completely sealed. Even most scientists are banned from entering. Detailed replicas now exist for research and tourism, while the originals remain untouched.
If this kind of long-form documentary content is your thing, subscribing really helps. These videos take time to research, and subscriptions make it easier to keep making them.
The Lascaux Caves represent a forbidden zone born from fragility. A reminder that sometimes preservation requires distance. And that curiosity, when unchecked, can erase history. In the Nevada desert lies one of the most famous restricted locations on Earth. Area 51. Officially, it is a classified United States Air Force facility used for testing experimental aircraft and advanced military technology.
Area 51 is the birthplace of more conspiracy theories than almost any place on the planet.
Scientists without high-level security clearance are completely barred from conducting independent research at Area 51. Everything inside is classified. Data is restricted. Discoveries are controlled.
Which means science might be happening there, but only for a select few.
Area 51 represents a forbidden zone created by national security. The argument is that some knowledge, if made public, could pose a threat.
And if you've ever gone down a rabbit hole about secret facilities or classified research, dropping a like tells YouTube this video is worth showing to more curious people.
This raises an unsettling question. How much scientific knowledge exists, but remains hidden behind classification and power? Antarctica is often described as a continent dedicated to science. Governed by international treaties, it is free from military ownership and rich in research opportunities. But even here, access is not unlimited.
Some regions of Antarctica are so protected that scientists are banned from exploring them directly.
Subglacial lakes like Lake Vostok lie buried beneath kilometers of ice. These ecosystems have been isolated for millions of years and may contain microbial life unlike anything found elsewhere on Earth.
But drilling into them risks contamination. Once modern bacteria enter, the original ecosystem is permanently altered.
Because of this, research is delayed, controlled, and heavily regulated. Antarctica's forbidden zones exist as a form of scientific self-restraint.
And if you're still watching at this point, subscribing now means you won't miss future deep dives like this one.
But waiting also has consequences. Climate change is accelerating, and the opportunity to study these pristine environments may be disappearing. Our final forbidden zone is not hidden in nature. It lies behind walls and locked doors in the heart of Vatican City. The Vatican Apostolic Archives contain centuries of documents that shaped global history.
Ancient manuscripts, political correspondence, records of decisions that influenced wars, religions, and entire civilizations.
Access to these archives is extremely limited. Only approved scholars may enter, and even then, only specific materials are made available. Large portions remain classified.
Which means entire chapters of human history may exist, unseen.
The Vatican argues that restrictions are necessary for preservation and context. Critics argue that controlling records also controls narrative.
Before we wrap this up, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these forbidden zones surprised you the most? Leave a comment, because those discussions are honestly the best part.
Forbidden zones exist for many reasons. Ethics, preservation, security, power. Each may be justified on its own.
Knowledge is not just discovered, it is allowed.
The greatest mysteries on Earth may not be hidden because they are unreachable, but because someone decided we shouldn't look. And perhaps that is the most unsettling discovery of all.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay curious. There are more hidden stories out there than we realize.